It's the hottest day of the year so far. It's like 100 degrees outside, and the heat index is 105. I don't know. So here's where we're at. I've got a little bit, a video that I showed you before this, but basically what I'm doing is I'm taking all the decals off. So this is a clutch, welding helmet, welding hood, whatever you want to call it. And I like the graphic that was on there when I bought it. I thought it was cool, like a retro Americana, had some pinstriping on there, but it was just a little too much for me. The hood itself is also a little big. So we're going to cut it down, but first I wanted to remove all these decals. I'm not knocking clutch at all. I think this is really cool. It's a really cool vibe, if that's what you want to go for. And I really like the max lens. I have another welding helmet that has a smaller lens, and it works pretty good. It's pretty clear. It's made by a competitor. It's a little bit more expensive than this one. But for what, I spent $80 on this. So to me, it's worth, breaking it down and kind of making it what I want. I'm going for this base color, but it's just a sticker. So if you don't know, any kind of decal that they put on these is just a series of stickers, which is cool. It makes it cost effective. Obviously I knew it wasn't hand painted. That would have been very naive of me, but I'm just kind of taking my time, soaking up the AC, taking all these decals off, and eventually we're going to get to this plastic, and then we're going to wet sand it, and then we're going to paint it. I just kind of want a base color. I'm going to put some stickers on it, kind of make it mine, and then we're going to change some of the settings on it to make it fit a little bit better, and we're going to keep rocking it. So without further ado, I'm going to keep taking the rest of these decals off, and I'll show you when we're ready to wet sand. Okay, now I'm gonna foreshadow you guys, this is not the end result. So I thought I was at a good spot where I could tape it to mark where I was gonna cut it. And as you'll see as this clip rolls, I found out there were multiple layers of graphics and protective film, which I should have known. That's my bad. So if you're gonna do this, just know that there's like 3 layers, and it's gonna take forever if you decide to do it by hand. That's how I started, and I realized that it was probably easier just to try and sand it all off. Don't use a heat gun, you'll ruin the plastic underneath. Don't use a torch, you'll ruin the plastic underneath. Take your time with the sander, whatever you have, it'll work. So I started cutting it back. I was using a razor blade, and it was taking about 3 times as long as it should have. So I abandoned that idea and just used a sander, which I'll show you after this. But just know, you're gonna have your work cut out for you. $120 all the way around, knocked the big stuff off, and then a couple rounds of 400, and then I just knocked it down with the 600. It's got a nice velvety texture to it, which is what I wanted. I'm gonna go rinse it off, and then we'll do some wet sanding, probably with 400, and then 600, and then probably an 800 right before I put the primer on. So rinse it, show you what it looks like rinsed, and then wet sanding. Also, it's July 31st. And that, my friends, is rain from the cool front. Thank God, because I've been outside for about an hour and I'm sweating my butt off already. So hopefully it rains. Okay, so here I'm just going through a series of wet sanding. Start with 600, and then I go to 1,000, and then I end up smoothing it all out with 2,000. Just soapy water, keep getting your sandpaper wet, keep getting your material wet, and go to town and get the desired smoothness that you want. Okay, so the next couple of clips, you can see me talking and there's nothing coming out. My phone kept connecting to my earbuds and not my mic. This is something that I'm working through. I actually have a solution for it. So from here on out, hopefully you'll have good audio. But I'm just explaining how I'm going to cut it. You have a couple options. You can use an angle grinder with a cutoff disc. I'm using a Dremel with a cutoff disc. You're going to get the same result, but it all goes back just like paint. Whatever you cut it, you're going to prep it, sand it, and get it to the way that you want it. And so I'm going to really spend some time here and cut it down. Don't forget your safety glasses. So here I'm explaining that I'm going to use a sandable primer. It's a white base. I've used this a couple times. It works great. You just want to fill the low spots and make sure that you get the original plastic covered. That way you can sand it down if you need to and get it nice and smooth for your base coats. All right, so it's the next morning. I wet sanded this last night, let it dry. It's pretty dang smooth. There's only one spot. Right there. It's just a little rough, but like I said, I don't really care. This is going to take a bunch of abuse, so it's all good. I only got time to lay down one quick little coat here, and then I got to go get my wig split. So we'll set up our stand and throw some color on there. Before we paint, you always wipe it down. I'm just going to use rubbing alcohol. You can also use the window spray, the aerosol window spray. Just give it a little, a little wipe down. I'm not really concerned about being perfect. So, what's up, dude?
Our chickens have food, but there's no eggs. But
Today, Junior?
there's a chicken trying to lay eggs, but it was gonna lay eggs, so I just let it lay eggs.
Perfect. Okay, I love this in here. If you don't have kids, watch this, and I want you to rewatch it, and then I want you to watch it again, because this is what it's like having kids and trying to get anything done.
And they were like, once I touched them with this, they started chasing me, but when they catch, like when they catch me, they
Oh. All right, so the goal here is multiple light coats, and then you can do a heavy coat. I did 2 heavy coats where you overlap by 50%, and then I just did like a, I don't know what they call it, a mist coat on the very end. This is the result. I'm going to wet sand it one more time, lay some clear down. See that coming up. Again, this is not going to be perfect. I just want to get out the imperfections that I can. Just kind of give it a once more with some wet sanding and soapy water, 2000 grit. We're just gonna go real quick, let it dry, and then hit it with some clear just to protect it as much as we can. Okay, now here's where I'm gonna mess up. The second most important thing about painting anything when you're gonna clear it is having a quality clear coat. Excuse me. These are what I have. The Rust-Oleum Clear Matte. I don't want it to be super shiny, but this is also like bottom of the barrel. And then you have Duplicolor. This is high gloss. I've used this before. It works pretty well. I just don't want it to be super shiny. Like, that's the thing. So we're gonna try this. And if it sucks, then we'll sand it out. We'll put this over it, or I'll go out and buy some good clear and we'll reshoot it. Okay, so this is 4 coats of clear. I did a light coat. You just keep a wet edge. This is the result that I wanted. Something matte. It wasn't super shiny. That way I could put some stickers on it because everybody loves stickers, and I'm going to make it mine. That's the goal. Find out what you like and go make it. I appreciate you guys following along. I'm trying to push out at least a video a week. I'm trying to get to 2. Right now my work schedule is just crazy, and I've got to find the time to edit videos. I've got a ton of videos ready to go. It just takes 1 clip or 2 clips, and then they're finished. So I'm going to really try and push that stuff out. Hopefully it reaches the right people. So if you like this kind of content, if you like me, if you like what we're doing, if you like the message that I'm sending, man, like this video, share it with your friends and family or whoever. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.